Hey, vinyl siding installation. Yeah, not much to tell you. Bunch of guys installed some siding. So I have, let's see, this video is 9 minutes long. Are you guys going to make it 9 minutes? Seriously? Well, let's see. I've got a lot to tell you. So, what they're doing is putting all the trim on. They're bending some aluminum underneath the bottom sections, and they're putting up some J channel around the doors, and then they're putting up this green guard, which is a 3/8 insulation. Not much to report. They stick it on, they nail it, blah, blah. Oh, they're also using Grace Ice and Water Shield on all the seams, which I was pretty psyched about. So that should help with drafts tremendously. So they're installing siding. Not much to tell you. I didn't do it. But if you're setting out to do this, make sure you don't bang your nails all the way in. You have to leave the nail loose in the slot. Also, you have to make sure that the siding piece is a half an inch short and that you put your nail right in the center of the slot. These are all very important things because that siding can expand like crazy over 20 feet. So anyway, sun's coming up. It was actually really crazy. The first day they came, I had to tow their van up my driveway with my plow truck because a mouse had chewed through the wires on my plow, so I couldn't plow. So I had to drag their van up the driveway and all their tools. Only one of the guys actually spoke English, and it was a little difficult communicating with him. They're from Russia. Anyway, I totally got sidetracked there. Anyway, this is not very interesting, is it? You can go ahead and skip around, but you might miss what I have to tell you. I know, it's a rough decision you have to make. You could skip ahead and say, okay, let me get to the fun part. I just want to see it done. But you don't know when. In this 9 minutes, I might tell you something groundbreaking. And believe me, I'm going to. I plan on it. But I just don't know when. So, what they're doing here is installing the soffits incorrectly. Luckily, I managed to come back and say, wait, no, I don't want my soffits like that. They were going to do this boxed-in soffit where from the very bottom of the roof, the soffit goes straight back to the siding horizontally, and I didn't want that. I wanted the soffit to go with the roof line angle, so they had to redo that part. But here they are throwing it up on the front of the building. Amazing. All right, so I'm going to tell you, listen. So the siding is done, right? And when they got it done, I was like, wow, awesome, look at that. It doesn't look like plywood anymore, and that's amazing. But, well, let me back up. So the reason, I don't know, you install siding because it's maintenance free. I have a building now that is completely maintenance free for the life of the structure. All right, so maybe the roof panels will need to be replaced before then, right? But all the soffits are vinyl, coated aluminum, or plastic. All the siding material is vinyl. The roofing is metal. So basically, this building, I don't have to paint or do anything to for the entire life of the building. Now, that's pretty damn awesome from a maintenance perspective. I don't want to be out there painting that thing. Look at that. It's humongous. So, the problem is it's ugly. I know this is the video where I reveal the garage in all its sided glory. But it's ugly. I'm not a huge fan of vinyl siding. I mean, if it's the only building standing there with vinyl siding, maybe it doesn't look that bad. And also, maybe once I paint the window trims white instead of that pressure-treated green, maybe I'll be happier with the look. But standing next to a building with cedar shingles on it, it looks terrible next to that. So, I don't know. I mean, it was a lot of money to install this siding. I got a wicked deal because they were running some promotion. On and on and on. Not only that, but they estimated 3 square short. That's 300 square feet short. So they had to cover that cost. So I got an incredible deal on this siding. But it's just, it doesn't look like the house. It doesn't have cedar shingles on it. And that's a total bummer. I wanted to do cedar shingles. But I would have been doing cedar shingles for the next 20 years. Because this thing is humongous. And cedar shingles aren't cheap. And then I would have to maintain them. And then they would gray. And then I'd have to clear coat them. And then I'd have to do this and that and other thing. I'm rambling now. That's what you get. So check it out. See those flies on the lens? That's irritating, huh? Oh, well. So they're just doing touch-up finishes on the siding here. Putting siding on those little access doors that I built. They've got a guy working out back. It's basically a 3-guy crew. They were here for 5 days. Took them 5 days. They originally said only 2 days, but it was a lot of difficulty in the snow. I mean, you can see all the snow around. It snowed literally the morning they were going to show up. Like, that night, it snowed like a foot. So here it is. A building with siding. Here we are around back. They're finishing the siding up here. I mean, it's a total bummer to spend this kind of money, which was more money than I spent on the whole building. The building part, not the foundation. To spend that kind of money and then be like, oh, it's okay. I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions on how to make it not look so fugly, feel free to let me know. I'm all ears. I'm psyched for now that I have a maintenance-free building, but I don't really want an ugly building. I don't know. Maybe because of its sheer size, it's kind of destined to be ugly. I mean, it's a big building, and it's chunky, and the windows are awkward because I got them off Craigslist. They're odd shapes and odd sizes, and I'm not a designer. I'm not an architect. All I wanted to do was put up a building where I could work on stuff, and this has accomplished that. Not only that, but it's a building that I don't have to do any maintenance on, which is even more of a plus. So I'm not getting down on it too much, but I would just say, like, if you're building something like this, check out, really, really think about using a different siding than what's on a building next to it. Like, here's you can see it right here, and actually it doesn't actually look that bad, but the house is clearly cedar shingles. It has a distinctive look. It's got green trim. And this building just doesn't. It just looks plain different. It looks like they're, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling at this point. But that was the amazing thing that I was going to tell you. So if you want to skip to the next video, you're welcome to. But anyway, that's what siding looks like when it's installed. It's a really cool process to see in time-lapse. I did not have the camera very secure right here. That's why it's shaking all over the place. It was windy. But that's what it looks like sided. I'm now making this video like in April, and this was November. And I haven't done very much to the garage since then. So, here they're basically finishing up the siding. They're cleaning up their tools, their ladders, etc. He's working on the soffits on the other side. At the same time, I decided it was time to start building the garage doors. And so I just got some framing material, and I had to fat the doors out a little bit because the Craigslist doors I bought were a little skinnier. But yeah, coming up next, garage doors. Stay tuned. It'll be great and amazing like this video was. So exciting.